When Natasha said this
injustice will not be sustained.
Akpabio did not understand it until now. Watch this video to the end and help me share it. You're welcome back again on this platform where we tell you undiluted truth. You see, the war between, it's not a war, between Natasha and Akpabio is not ending anytime soon. And that woman have vowed to drag Akpabio and his obrokos anywhere she's going around the world. The latest is where she went to German television DW to say this.
And can you explain to us what Senate authorities told you about why they were suspending you?
They summed it up to say I was suspended for gross misconduct as against my allegation of sexual harassment, but I believe that I was suspended to silence me from speaking forth, more like punishing me and setting an example so that no other woman would dare speak on such things, especially against powerful men. So they say I was suspended for gross misconduct. And I ask, what exactly amounts to the gross misconduct? Was it because I refused to move my seats? We have, there were videos that popped up whereby the same Senate president in the 8th Assembly years back, he also had a brawl in the chambers because his seat was moved when he was not duly notified.
Right.
And his countenance, there was actually much more. In the Nigerian Senate, we have had senators gone physical on themselves, shouted, insulted, cursed, and even threw items at themselves. They were not suspended. So why me? I think I am just victimized. And that's the bigger picture of how women are treated in politics in Nigeria.
And could I
but
just
let
ask
me
you,
say this. Let me say this, very important.
Okay.
I am not the first woman to have accused the same man, Senator Akpabio, of sexual harassment. There is a lady in the corporate arena about 3 years ago. Her name is Joy Nonie. She was the MD of NDDC. She actually spoke that she had to slap him when he tried grabbing her in a hotel. So this is not an isolated case. But again, I'm saying this. I would want the courage that I have gotten to speak about this ill, this societal vice. I want it to be taken serious because there are a lot of women who are suffering, not just in politics, not just in the corporate arena, but in universities and many places. Women are sexually harassed and there is no safe spaces for us to vent and seek justice.
Okay. Before now, she had gone to BBC.
It started in the year 2023 on the 8th of December. We were at his country home. He was taking me around his house. My husband was walking behind us, held my hand. And then we got to this particular room where when he noticed my husband was a few steps away, he then squeezed my hands in a very suggestive way. We're women, we know what it means when a man squeezes his hands, squeezes our hands in a suggestive way. And he went, I will make an opportunity for us to come here and have a good moment, along that line. And then I just took my hands off and I looked back. I saw my husband was near us. My husband looked at me as if he heard some part of that, but he wasn't so sure. So he looked at him as well. And then the Senate president, of course, sensing the awkward moment, now said, oh, there's a chapel over there as well. Let's go, let me show you the chapel. He had a chapel in his house.
She had also gone to Sky News.
I made an allegation of sexual harassment against the president of Nigerian Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, on the 5th day of March 2025, and the very next day I was suspended for 6 months. I believe my suspension was illegal, it's unjust, and it's just a way of silencing me.
The Nigerian Senate has stated that your suspension is not related to the allegations that you've made of sexual harassment or assault, but due to gross misconduct and unruly behaviour on your part, firmly refuting what they call the deliberate misinformation and false narrative being circulated regarding your 6-month suspension.
Anna, yes, they did mention that I was suspended on accounts of gross misconduct. But can they please provide exactly what the gross misconduct is that amounts for 6 months suspension the day after I submitted a petition? I was suspended because of that petition, not because of any gross misconduct. Let's talk about the gross misconduct that have happened in the Nigerian chambers. I was only told to move, and I refused to move my seat because I deserve to be notified. I deserve to be given a chance to explain why I should retain my seat. But you see, I have seen in that chambers where men fight, where senators throw items at each other, curse each other, shout at each other, But they were not suspended. Why? Because they are men? You know, there's this culture of silence, harassment, and fear, intimidation that is intertwined with our culture, whereby a woman is supposed to sit pretty, to be seen only and not heard. I experienced sexual harassment over the past 1 year in the hands of the Senate President. And this sexual harassment, because I refused to yield to his demands, turned into malice, whereby my rights and privileges as a senator were being deprived. I found the courage to speak up. Yes, the breaking point was that moving me from that seat. Silently, I have had to endure a whole lot.
Everywhere she goes, she has now become MTN to Akpabio. Anywhere she goes, she drags Akpabio along. You know, these guys, I know that things don't touch them. Things don't impact them. Things don't move them. But I can tell you, this one go move Akpabio. This one go move. You don't say these guys, they are so hypocrite mind that they are nothing. They are so, you know, insensitive to the point that nothing touched them. But this one, if they touch Akpabio, that's why they are running kitty kata kata to terminate this woman from Senate. That is why they are conducting Krukere recalling process.
Guys, you know what is happening here? It is a desperate attempt by APC government of impunity, who are working so hard to mischievously collect signatures. This is how they are manufacturing signatures to recall Senator Natasha. This is desperation taken so far. And this is an act to prove that truly what Natasha was saying and claiming is true. You can imagine, they will rig election and also come back to rig recalling process. My own is the wretched, I don't want to use a very harsh language on these people who are also victims of bad governance that are always used. They are always at beck and call of these politicians whenever they want to do their shady works. Look at them. These are the suffering poor masses. This is how they rig election, and now they are rigging the recalling process of Natasha. Nigerians, unamunu never do. The woman that single-handedly have performed far better than most of the senators and lawmakers in Nigeria. Just look at them because they are paid peanuts. Hunger and poverty, yeah? Under.
And I heard that a judge in whatever court in Kogi State has already given approval. Let the INEC continue in their so-called recalling process, whereas they are leaving the real issue the woman raised. When are now running up and down to recall her. Recall who? Whom the people voted. You are joking. You are joking. Well, I just say let me bring you this update and know how you react to it. What's your take on it? I'm Asuchino the Peters, your advocate for good governance. Bye-bye for now. GGN, uniting the people for good governance.